Kia ora, welcome into Net Gains. Alex Chapman, Ricardo Ball. Jeepers, not much time to catch our breath at the moment. Rick, more bumper games to come up during this World Cup. We'll run through 3 of them today. We've got $50 to spend on those. We'll run through a trio of matches. Old mate Mitch James is going to catch up with us as well. And we've got a long shot bet. Before we do, we are a week into the World Cup. Question for you.
Yeah.
Is it coming home?
No, not convinced. I'm not convinced it's coming home. Yes, they scored 4 goals, but they conceded 2 to a Croatian side that doesn't score a lot of goals. So I think defensively, there are questions.
More likely it comes home, or that you follow the name of our wonderful show and get some net gains. How are you tracking, by the way?
Well, you know how Better Call Saul was a spin-off of Breaking Bad?
I've never seen it, but yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
okay. Well, I'm thinking net gains, it needs a spin-off, and the way I'm tracking net losses is looking like a pretty good title, I should say, because my total is minus $22.50 so far.
Okay, battling a little bit. I will admit, my long shot came in, so a bit of a caveat on that. I also got Morocco to cover the +1 and Sweden halftime full-time, Jokeris anytime, and Sweden score first. So I'm up $95-ish.
I will say, though, I do have $10 in bonus cash to use because my England-Croatia bet missed by 1 leg and I had the same game multi-cover on that.
All right, let's have a look at these 3 games. $10 each. We'll save the best for last with New Zealand. Netherlands against Sweden. The Swedes are we're calling them a smoky of some sorts. They were super convincing against a Tunisian side who can be quite gritty. Then the Dutch looks good on attack, which was probably a little bit surprising with where we thought they'd be. Cheap as they were awful at the back, though, defensively against Japan.
Yeah, they are, and that kind of plays into my bet on this one. Virgil van Dijk is looking every one of his 34 years at the moment, I think, and he's going to be up against A, the physicality of Victor Jokeris, and B, the pace of Alexander Isak. I know he's not going to be on his own, but he tends to be the fulcrum of that Dutch defence, so I've gone with him to be carded in this match at $4.20, which I think is really good money for a centre-back in a game where you've got 2 of the world's best current centre-forwards.
Did open the scoring though the other day, which I thought he looked good on attack, as he often does, but yeah, a bit of a liability at the back at times. I like both teams to score in this one, to be honest. I don't like it at $1.83, but while there's the temptation to take Sweden to cover the +1 handicap, for the sake of 30-ish cents, I'm not sure if I'm willing to do that, to be honest. So I'm going to go both teams to score on this one. As I say, it only pays $1.83, but $10 on that. If I'm getting almost double my return, I'm happy enough with that. We haven't talked much about Germany so far this tournament. They were predictably dominant, but maybe not as dominant as we expected against Curaçao, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. I mean, Curaçao, they ended up beating them 7-1, which is what you expect from Germany, right? But Curaçao equalised in this game. It was 1-1, and you could see at that time when the equaliser went in, a German side who haven't progressed out of the last 2 groups at the World Cup go, uh-oh, you know. And for me, this isn't a great German team. Like, it's a good team, but by German standards, it's not a great team. So I don't think you can bet these guys like they're the Germany you expect every tournament. And I actually had them coming 3rd in this group behind Côte d'Ivoire and behind Ecuador. And that's why in this one I've gone the double chance of Côte d'Ivoire or the draw.
Oh, okay.
Because I think Côte d'Ivoire with Diamonde, who plays at RB Leipzig, he's hot. Diallo at Manchester United, Pepe up front, Wahi as well from Nice. Their front 4 are absolutely electric. They're going to cause the Germans a lot of problems. So both teams to score Côte d'Ivoire or the draw in a 2-leg multis, $3.25.
I agree with you. I think Côte d'Ivoire will score. I think the fact that Curaçao scored against Germany shows they are susceptible at the back. Wirtz and Musiala were very impressive for the Germans the other day, though, and they allowed Havertz to show his class. So I do think the Germans are going to win. I don't think they'll blow them out, and I do think the Germans will concede. You're getting 3.30 for Germany to win, 2-1, 3-1, or 3-0. So a bit of coverage there. I don't think it'll be overly high scoring either the way. If I had to go a correct score, 2-1 feels maybe about right, but it is going to be played through the middle a lot, physical as well from Côte d'Ivoire.
Who's a better team, France or Germany?
France.
Côte d'Ivoire beat France in their last warm-up game 2-1.
It's a warm-up game, mate.
Just putting it out there.
It's a warm-up game. All right, big one. From an Aotearoa perspective.
Yes.
You were getting $4.50 for New Zealand to beat Iran the other day. You were getting $5.50 for them to beat Egypt. I'm sure you feel the same. I feel a lot less confused about this New Zealand team after that performance the other day.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I took Eli Just at $4.60 to score or assist.
Yeah, you did.
And I was all about that. I was like, unfortunately, it wasn't here that I did that. It doesn't go on my total. But I was, and and it just showed, I thought, that the fact that you had shots on target from Labika Kache, you also had Callum McCart have a shot on target, you had Sarpreet Singh have a shot, Chris Wood's obviously still holding everything up. But the way that it played out is the Egyptians were drawn towards Wood, and that created space for everybody else. So at the time, we were like, New Zealand need to beat Iran to go further in this group, or in this tournament, I should say. Now, it's probably need to get more than a point against Egypt.
They definitely have to now win against Egypt.
Yeah, but I'm more confident that they can do that. They played Egypt last year, lost 1-0 in Egypt, and I think this is a different New Zealand team now. So, look, I've gone under 10.5 corners, has hit in 9 of the last 10 for Egypt and 4 of the last 5 for New Zealand.
Okay.
I'm putting that in with both teams to score, and Chris Wood anytime. I kind of got a funny feeling he might get one from the penalty spot, but we'll have to see on that. But put all those together, $6.55.
Yeah, Wood to score or assist. If you were on that against Iran, you've done very, very well in that one. New Zealand to score a goal.
Yes.
So not even, take the result out of it.
Yep.
New Zealand to score a goal, $1.75 normally. It is your Betcha Super Boost for this one, and I really like how much of a super boost it's given. It's a super old boost here. $2.50 you're getting for New Zealand to score a goal. I think the way that Egypt set up defensively against Belgium, as you say, New Zealand very quickly adjusted from that long ball to Chris Wood to saying, let's adjust. They had a plan B, plan C, plan D. They'll have this against Egypt at $2.50. I'm taking that. Don't forget the New Zealand bet match promo on this one. Pick New Zealand to make it out of the group stage. You get $10 for every goal that they score. All right, let's welcome in Mitch James. I know he's got a few thoughts about the way that New Zealand's going. I also know, because I've seen a photo, his couch has now got the perfect almost silhouette of Mitch James's
one for one.
Because he may as well be dead with the amount of time that he's been spending on the couch lately. How are you, my friend?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, gents. It doesn't get much better as a football fan. And before we get stuck in, Rick, can I just say, did I hear you say something positive about not only Victor Gyökeres, but also Nicolas Pepe?
You did. I think you spunked 100 million on Pepe, decided he wasn't good enough, and now he's tearing it up in La Liga. So yes, I did.
Oh, that's I never thought I'd hear those words come out of your mouth, my friend.
Oh, well, there you go. Something nice for an Arsenal fan. You are a guest after all.
Hey, I know you've got a bit of a challenge for us, mate. What are you thinking around this?
I would like you, gentlemen, to find me over 85 passes bet in these current slate of World Cup games.
That's niche.
It's very niche.
While we do that, I'll bring up Betcha on my laptop here. Do you have a multi for us as well?
I do. I singled out an SGM for the Australia-USA game, and I think, firstly, I think it's going to be a draw. I think both teams will score, and I like Nestori Irankunda to get a shot on target. I can't actually recall exactly what those odds are, but I think it was in the $7 range. Nestori Irankunda, I mean, what a talent, and so exciting to watch in that Turkey game. And I think obviously with a lot of chat from one Landon Donovan about the Australians, they're going to have a chip on their shoulder and they'll be ready to pounce in this big fixture.
Yeah, it isn't a massive game. You are an Arsenal fan, so just to try and help you out. And also, credit has to go to you for really being ambitious in this one. Someone could have been, had the yips, given the fact that Goran Paladin only hit 2 of his 4 legs. So good on you for really having a crack in this one, mate. You're an Arsenal fan. I've gone with a Gunners player to make 85 or more passes.
Okay.
Gabriel.
Oh.
Centre back for the Gunners to make 85 or more passes in their next match against Haiti. It pays $1.62. Rick?
I am going back to my favourite. I had him in the Australia game as well. It didn't really pay off for me, but I think Hakan Kanoglu for Turkey. He's dropped deeper, so he's like more of a quarterback sort of role really for the Turks. Him 85 plus passes against Paraguay pays $1.44.
Okay. Thoughts on that one, Mitch?
Yeah, I don't mind it by both of you gentlemen. I was actually eyeing it up as well, and I thought maybe Ardagula, a lot of the Turkey attack could potentially run through him. I think he was more near the $3 mark, but I like it, and I especially like the Arsenal touch there, Chappie.
Look, we've got to make sure that you come back at some stage, mate. Do you have a long shot for us as well? Look, I'm going to brag about it. Don't often brag about my successful bets. I had my long shot come in.
Wow, what are we talking here?
France to beat Senegal 3-1. It paid 12s.
I love a correct score. And that's actually what I've gone for, gentlemen, today. I've gone for Spain 5, Saudi Arabia 1. I just feel like Saudi are going to get a goal. They're a plucky unit, as we've discussed in the past, Chappie, but I think to bounce back from that 0-0 draw in their opener, Spain, I think they've got a point to prove. They're a very, very big player in this side, in this tournament, rather, and I feel like they've got to make a statement, so I've gone 5-1. I believe that is paying $21.
Okay, all right.
Proper long shot.
Look, I said that it came in. I said that France were going to win a lot of games either 3-1 or 4-1. They won their first game 3-1. Let's go 4-1. I could see it being 5-1, to be honest, given the fact that who they're up against lost 4-1 to Norway last time out. Let's go France to win 4-1. It pays $13.
Yeah, okay. Well, my long shot's also $13. He scored maybe the goal of the tournament so far. I'm talking about Vinny Jr. For Brazil. I've got him to score a hat-trick against Haiti at $13.
Is it the goal of the tournament so far? I think Kylian Mbappe is on the line. He wants to join us very shortly because that was an absolute ripper. Mitch, thanks so much for joining us, mate. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us on the latest episode of Net Games. We'll catch you later in the tournament. Hey, enjoy your football. It's already been absolutely fantastic.